Welcome back to another episode of Project Ozone 2 Reloaded in Kappa mode. I'm quite excited for this episode. I think I've made a bit of progress. Certainly made my life a bit easier. Got a few more toys. First thing that was the most annoying, but probably doesn't look like much of a difference, is that the storage drawers that were up here on the slime island are gone. So I finally went in and grabbed all the loot bags and put them into the main storage system, and we've cleaned this up. One issue I have with this island that I will fix at some point is during the night enemies still spawn, but they spawn inside the island, so there's little gaps and things. So underneath you can kind of see where that grass is and stuff. That means that the block above it is air, and so there's a bunch of little pockets in there that means that monsters still spawn at night, so we need to fix that up. The other thing is my glorious tower is gone, and we have got a proper cursed earth spawner in here now. So I believe it was last episode I did the ritual, or at least I failed at the ritual on camera, but I succeeded at the ritual the next night. So you do the ritual, it turns the earth into cursed earth. You quickly mine that earth because, as you can see, I'm standing right here and it's still spawning enemies. Yeah, if you're making a mob farm, you definitely want cursed earth in there to help it along. So I did that, and I created the grinder from Mine Factory Reloaded. And so this farm is basically the exact area that the grinder can work on, and it's completely black in there, light level 0. This glass is called reinforced dark glass. So dark glass is glass that you can see through, but light doesn't actually pass through. So you can see into areas without lighting them up. And this is reinforced dark glass, which makes it blast resistant. And if you notice, it's also too thick. So that means that there's no way for creepers or anything to see us. So plus there's obsidian around the bottom, which is blast resistant also. So yeah, it's safe to be around, it's safe to stand right here, no matter what spawns in there, it's not going to see us, and even if by some chance it does blow up, it's not going to do much damage at all. One of the good things about cursed earth is that if you put it down with normal dirt in the dark, it spreads. So during the ritual I was able to harvest 25 cursed earth, and I only needed to put one piece of that cursed earth down here to create this, so I've still got 24 in my inventory. So even if this does blow up or something, it's not the end of the world. It certainly won't set me back too much. Might also notice we've got this white block up in the top there. That is a light. Now that's hooked up to this wireless lever. So this is a lever that's crafted with a block of redstone, makes it wireless. You, while you're holding it, you right click on the thing you want to send the signal to, and then you can put it down anywhere, and you don't need to actually run any kind of cables or anything. So if I turn that on, you can see it's lit up, and monsters will stop spawning. So if I do need to go in there for any kind of reason or something, I can turn the light on and get in there. As you can see, I've got F7 on, which shows me spawnable areas, so it's going red. Oh, look at that. I need to light this bottom up better, obviously. For some reason, I wonder if they're kind of spawning and falling through. So this is, yeah, right, the middle doesn't have a... Let's close that up for now. Right. So this is the second spawning area. This is set up with the same reinforced dark glass. It's not too thick though, this is just one thick, and you'll see that's not obsidian or cursed earth on the bottom. That is conveyor belts. So I've set them all up so that they will push all the enemies right to where these guys are. Now, there will be a little killing thing there, so these 2 bits of cobble, they will be gone. So that will open to a little platform where I can hit them but they can't see me, so that I can kill them for the experience and the drops. And this part in the middle is where the pipes come up to have the powered mob spawner. So this one is where I control what spawns, or at least I will control what spawns. Yeah, I don't know about lighting it up or what. I'm not really too sure about what I want to do there, whether I care that all these other things spawn. It's kind of cool that this is, I think part of this is in a different biome, which lets the plains biome. I don't know why the blizzards spawn there, but the blizzards won't spawn over there, and they didn't spawn in the other one. So that's plains. I wonder if this turns into another biome. Yeah, so this is forest, roof forest biome. So it gets blizzards. I'm not sure if we actually want blizzards for anything. But, yeah, I'll see. I won't light it up to start with. I'll leave it like that and we'll see if it interferes with the thing. So there's our auto spawner. I did set it up previously. I believe in the previous video I had the room set up and I just put the spawner right there and then just stood at the doorway and whacked zombies with my sword. Got about 40 heads fairly quickly, maybe in 5-10 minutes. But what I want to do is I want to actually set up some diamond spikes and stuff so it can auto kill. I don't have to stand there, and we can get the drops. Because one thing I want for the garden is lily pads of fertility. And so these help make the crops grow instead of using the irrigation from AgriCraft. So instead of running a whole bunch of pipes over everything and all that, and running water everywhere, we can set up these lily pads, and they go, we can set them up underneath the dirt because they work up to 4 blocks above themselves. So yeah, so we can do this, but in order to make the lily pads of fertility, we need lily pad and we need fertile essence. Now, fertile essence requires a whole bunch of stuff, of which I have none. So I think I've got one of these slime pearls, but things like the catalyzing glands, rib bones, and the slime pearls all come from mob drops, and they're mob drops that only drop when a player kills an enemy. So for things like this where they just die, it doesn't drop anything. And also these guys don't drop experience when it's not a player killing them. So with the diamond spikes and things, it's basically simulates a player killing the monsters, which means that XP and player only drops do happen. So I need to set that up so that, and we can set up an XP obelisk, which is an Ender IO machine, which we can feed all the experience into, instead of us having to stand there and gather it all up ourselves. We can set up an XP obelisk and that'll fill up instead, so we don't need to be around. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think what else. I did a little bit of building. So you can see a bit of a platform. I've got 2 harvesters there. So the plan is for diesel power, which requires some sugarcane and some hemp. So we need the seeds for the squeezer, and we need the sugarcane for the fermenter, and then the squeezer and the fermenter create, I think it's ethanol and something. Anyway, so I'll be putting those machines down here. I believe, do I have the blocks on me? No, I put them up in that diamond chest by the storage drawers. But yeah, so squeezer, fermenter, refinery, which turns those into diesel, and then the diesel generator, which then turns that into power. They will be going down here. Now you can see that this is quite far down, and we've got the second platform that I've started building. I ran out of cobblestone, so I left it there and I started on the mob spawning systems. And so this is the platform where we'll put our lily pads of fertility underneath here. I'll need to dig a few layers out. We might actually put a layer in between here. So I don't know, maybe build this one up or something. Like I said, the lily pads work 4 blocks above them. So we have the block that the plants go on, then the block underneath that usually needs to be something. So for instance, our redstone needs a redstone block, our gold flowers need a gold block, etc, etc. So that will be there. Then we will have our lily pads under there and try and get them as close to the top as possible. Now, there has been crazy spawns on here. Horses, pigs, some insane amounts of insane amounts of animals. Let's grab this. One fun thing, as you can see, is I think I got knockback or something off my crossbow, so when I hit them, like physically hit them with the crossbow instead of try and fire it, it just like whacks them all the way. Boom. Sometimes if they're standing on the edge, they just go so far. God, so many chickens. Where'd you go? Bye-bye, chicken. Yeah, so... Oh my god, look how many enemies have spawned up there. So yeah, I'll turn around, and then there'll just be like whole herds of pigs and things. I think one time I killed everything off, came out back up here to put all the meat and stuff in storage, and came back out and there was like 30 pigs. Just, oh, I don't know. It was crazy. So yeah, I believe I have a skeleton head somewhere here, and I'll put that one I've picked up with that one. Right. So we've got that platform. I've got some of the blocks to build with it. I haven't got all of the blocks yet, but I've been working on these lily pads because I know that getting all the materials for that is going to take a long time, so I needed to set up the mob spawner now so that I could start that process, because I need to kill a whole bunch of creepers and a whole bunch of slimes and a whole bunch of skeletons and things like that. One thing I have done that was pretty interesting off camera is getting a slime. Now, I don't think I have the weapon on me. No. So, there's many different types of slime. Well, not many different types of slimes, but there's several different types of slimes. There's The normal green slimes are from vanilla Minecraft, but this pack also has blue slimes and pink slimes. Now, the blue slimes you've seen because they're the ones that spawn on those slime islands. Pink slimes you have to make from pink sludge, which is something you get from killing enemies in a slaughterhouse. And yeah, so the green slimes are the ones I needed. Because they're the only ones that when you kill them, they drop the slime crystals, or drop the green slime balls that turn into slime crystals or some such. So, these little green things, slime pearls, sorry, not slime crystals. So you need the green ones. Now, normally to get green slimes in vanilla Minecraft, you would just walk around the world until you find what they call a slime chunk. So there's sort of a mathematical algorithm that runs when generating the world and gives you about a 12% chance that a chunk will naturally spawn slimes, and they spawn at a certain level. I think they spawn below level 60 or 40 or something. It's probably 40. Below level 40 and lower, down to like 10 or something. And but we're not in a normal world, and yeah, I can't just run around looking for slimes and things, or building massive platforms and just hoping that I can find an area that they spawn. I wasn't going to do anything like that. So this is another case where harvesting everything off the slime island and making sure to keep everything and not just destroy everything really came in handy. Oh, look how many enemies are there. Gotta be careful because if the creepers see me, they can actually explode and stuff. So it's not as safe as this one, but yeah, it should be alright. See, look, there's horses and sheep spawned over there. Yeah, oh right, the slime. So when I demolished the island, some of the trees grow with green slime trunks, and you can use the green slime and put it into a furnace and turn it into a slime crystal. There's a little bit more steps to it, but essentially that's what you do, and then you can use that slime to create a tool. And then the tool has the attribute slimy, and what that gives it is it gives you a chance to spawn a slime when you use that tool. So I made this pickaxe. It's a terrible pickaxe, but it had slimy on it, and yeah, I just got a bunch of cobblestone, laid it out, kept mining it down until finally a slime spawned, and then I used the safari net to pick up that slime, and now I've got a green slime. So with the auto spawner, there is it spawns whatever you put the oh god. It spawns whatever you put in there from the safari net. Now there's spawn exact copy or just spawn that type of monster. So with the green slime we'll be doing just that type of monster because it's a small slime, and then that means that it can spawn all types of sizes of slimes, but it will just spawn the green ones. Yeah, you're gonna stay away. Right, yeah, so we need to spawn a whole bunch of slimes and creepers and skeletons to get their drops. And I hate how the animals spawn and they just love to jump around over there, and it breaks my crops, which You know, this isn't just wheat and carrots. These are very... See, that's been broken, that's been broken. I've just lost those. It's when they jump around everything. So, yeah. Anyway. What I need to do now is set up a killing area for that thing so I can clean it out, and then we can set it up and hopefully it'll work. So let me empty out some of this stuff. So put the wool up here. I've been capturing a whole bunch of fluid cows. Now it won't tell me what the fluid cows are. I know that one's diesel, so that one's a very nice one to have. Yeah, it doesn't. These don't tell me. If I had them in a soul vial, the soul vials do tell you. But anyway, when I'm ready, I'll just pull them all out and put them up. I want to probably make a big platform and see if I can get one of each kind. So this is what we will be using, as these diamond spikes. And there's some conveyor belts. They're really easy to make. They just require a lot of minecart tracks, which are really easy for me because I get them from the loot bags. And even though I have them in one of my rubbish storage drawers, it still keeps like 500 of them. So I was easily able to make a whole bunch of conveyor belts to do that. So yeah, really straightforward. Right, do I actually come in here for anything? I need a slab. Right, let's get in there. Cobblestone. This is going to look awful, but might do something about it later. It's going to be awkward as well as awful. Right, I want a lever as well. I'm not sure if I've got any in that diamond chest, but I know I definitely have a whole bunch here. From way back when we made the first mob farm, and I made way too many levers and fans, so still working my way through those. Yeah, just trying to think if there's anything else I've done. Oh right, the loot recycler, I should have a look at that. So with this grinder, it gives me a bit more drops than the falling damage one did. So skeletons now drop bows, enemies drop a bit of armor and stuff. So we needed to handle that, and because bows and armor and things take damage, they don't stack very well, because something that's taken a little bit of damage doesn't stack with something that's taken no damage and all that. And yeah, something that's taken a little bit of damage doesn't stack with something that takes a lot of damage. So what we do is we've got this loot recycler from Ender.io, and what it does is it must have an internal list or something. I didn't really have to configure it or anything. Takes in all the armor and stuff and basically breaks it down into its raw materials, and then you can come in and just grab. Oh, might grab some diamonds. Not that that matters. I'm about to grow some plants. Yeah, and it takes enchantments off and stuff. So I don't know how useful that is though. So only if I click get with these, with the enchantments, they've only given me crappy ones. So there's things like protection, right? You can have protection 1, protection 2, protection 3, protection 4. And I've only ever been able to get protection 1, which is near useless. You need protection 4. So yeah, I don't know if you can't get it or what. You can combine the books, so I can combine 2 protection 1s to make a protection 2, and I think 2 protection 2s make a protection 3, etc, etc. But yeah, that uses the anvil, and the anvil has durability, and it breaks eventually, and the anvil takes a lot of iron, so yeah. Okay, so this is the wireless lever. So like I said, block of redstone and a lever. So we'll be using that to control the auto spawner, so we don't need to go up to it to turn it off, especially if we've got a whole bunch of enemies like that. We don't want to be going close to it. God, this might be quite dangerous. Where's my... Yeah, I've got my sword. I think I might take most of them out with the crossbow. Look at all those cows. See, look at that. It's not the biggest amount that I've seen, but there'll be some there that'll be interesting to look at. Right. Now, I am really worried. I hate that 1.7 visuals. So, when they get crowded like this, it'll show them actually popping out, but they don't actually pop out, and they... But yeah, it always freaks me out. Where's the sled? Right. Oh crap, this is not gonna work very easily. I just wanna... Wow. Look at them all. Jeepers. This isn't even cursed earth or anything, this is just normal. It wasn't even a blood moon, I don't think. Bunch of spiders that don't want to fall down. Can't eat that yet. Yeah, I don't know if I've ever said that, but it's one of the things that happens. I don't know if it's... Pretty sure it's the crossbow. But it doesn't look like it has that modifier, but it still gives it to me. It's got like a chance to spawn bacon in your inventory. You know, which is really handy for, you know, getting food for nothing, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Right, niter. No, we don't have a spot for that. Niter can go there. So this is the materials I've got so far for building the diesel generator and things. Right. Trying to be a little bit organised, but suppose because it's, even though it's the middle of the day, it's... What can we throw off the edge? Zombie flesh. So you can see here that's the type of armor that drops when you kill them yourself. Some golden leggings, there's some glowstone leggings, they're all damaged. Lapis here, helmet. Yeah, another thing is this, the reason I put this one up and this one is that the grinder produces essence, mob essence, which is what we need to power the auto spawner. So we need power and mob essence and a soul to do it. So I've set up a couple of drums to give us extra capacity when we're not actually running the auto spawner because it uses a lot of essence. And yeah, they're not exactly configured right. They don't seem to be filling up at the moment, so I have to check that out. But it's really, I suppose you've got no left blitz rods either. Now there's a whole bunch of enemies, those flying enemies. So there's why is that not going in? There's something I want to craft that uses a whole. If we go to the book, actually that reminds me, I've got a whole bunch of things to open. Yeah, if we go to the book, one of the almost finished with alpha. The thing is that this hell furnace requires us to go to Erebus, and I believe this one requires us to go to Erebus as well. And this one, I'm not exactly sure. I think I might get this quest by doing the diesel generator. If we have a look, so it says if you put this into a magma crucible, which is kind of the same as a smeltery, this petroleum dust, then I get this tectonic petroleum, which is what the quest is for, a bucket of that stuff. So I'm like, okay, well, what's that? Okay, so it's made from basalt's powder and redstone, clay, and obsidian dust. Now I know how to get those other three. I was like, where's the basalt's powder from? But from basalt's rod. So we are getting from sieving, we're getting the blaze powder. So, which is the same thing, but it's the fire one. Whereas that basalt's one looks like it's more of like a. I'm definitely going to have to put some lighting in there. I wonder if the powered mob spawner spawns with heaps of lighting or not. That's just nuts. Otherwise I'm going to look at them. Oh, far out. I should have foreseen this problem. This is nuts. I think my next mob farm doesn't even need to, like, I mean, if I start the game again and I create a mob farm, it just needs to be like this, but instead of glass I can just make it out of cobblestone. Oh my god, did I just use up all my bolts? Damn it. If you get to 0, I think you have to, I don't even have my backup bolts on me. Where's my sword? If you get to 0, they don't regenerate. 30% chance to behead. And then you have to repair them, and though they're very expensive to repair. Oh god. Bloody creeper riding a spider. What are we gonna do? I can cut a hole in the... See what I mean about awkward? I can't get over there like this. I need to... I'm just thinking how I can actually get in there and light it up. Look at all these skeleton heads and stuff I'm missing out on. Right, if we do that. Oh, it did spawn back. Maybe it's taking a while. Oh, God, it's not. Oh, that's right. They should all stay at the back. Oh my god, I'm on the pipe, so I can't jump. Ah. Okay. Let's pick that up. And that one. Then we can put that there. This is a very stupid idea. Supremely stupid. Yeah. Why is it not firing? We got one of them. I don't have any. Let's light this up though. Now I thought they couldn't spawn on these conveyor belts. Apparently they can. Right, is that got everything here? Oh. Hopefully that stays mob free. I've got heaps of conveyor belts, so I can easily fix that one. It's just try and pick up. Oh crap. Did the if you click on this thing twice, like a double click, it will take everything out of your inventory that it can. And for ages, I was going around. See, I think most of the items have respawned anyway now. Yeah. So I lost them all. Got a couple of skeleton heads and stuff. No. So for a long time I was wondering where all my bloody apples were going. Because I was eating apples for food, and I'd go to eat some apples and they were gone from my inventory. And I'd be like, there's no way I ate all those apples. I definitely did not. Where the hell are they gone? Why do I keep taking apples out, and why do I never remember doing it? And yeah, it turned out that it's because I kept accidentally double clicking on there and taking everything out of my inventory, and because this thing does have apples in storage, it kept taking them. Apples are down there. Right now, that loot recycler isn't perfect, and for some reason, I don't know if it's extremely slow or if it just doesn't do it at all, but if the item actually makes it into the storage system, into these drawers, it doesn't pick it up. So, for example, I can put these bows in there, and this helmet turns into gold. Also, don't know why I have to do click get all the time. So it should be set up. So this is the piping on the back. So it should be set up to push and pull, which means that it should be trying to pull those. Okay, I get it now. So when I click get, it puts it there, and then it does pull it out. But for some reason, you have to click get. I don't know why they've set it up like that. Why are you right there? No, it's just a graphical glitch. Now, some things don't get destroyed, like chain armor doesn't. I don't know why. I don't know why it doesn't just turn it into iron ingots. I know it wouldn't turn it into steel. Steel's too valuable. Although you can get dark steel from there. Right, what am I doing? Auto spawner. That's a redstone conduit. I think I need some more power cables. I've got fluid conduit. I've only got one energy and I need more of them. And I believe that the alloy that you use to create it is over at the main base. Do I have any conduit binder here? I should have. Should be where it all is, unless I've used it all. I remember making heaps of it at the start. Heaps of conduit binder. Right, what I'll do, I just want to check here. Nothing in there. That's lying in there. Right, we'll drop some stuff off at the main base. We'll open those reward bags, and then we'll make some conduit binder and set up the powered spawner, and hopefully I'm just trying to think what I actually have in those safari nets. I think I've got zombies and endermen, maybe, which are two that I don't need, I believe. I need, so catalyzing gland, I believe, is from creepers, yeah. So, the powered spawner doesn't take the safari nets that I get from the loot bags, they're single use. So I can capture something, but as soon as I let it free, that destroys that safari net. You can make more reusable safari nets, but they require a ghast tier, which is dropped by ghasts in the nether, and drop fairly rarely, actually. And yeah, but you can get them from sieving soul sand. Actually, that's something I need to set up, is making soul sand. Where did I put those heads? And so yeah, what I am going to do is to get those. Let's just put all this stuff in here. Get those get ghast tears from soul sand sieving. Now, to make soul sand, I believe if I put sand around this witch water stuff, it turns it into soul sand. So I've got this witch water. If I put sand around here, I believe it would turn it into soul sand. So you can actually, or maybe dropping sand into it turns it into soul sand. I'll have to look it up, and you can set up some automated processes, I'm sure, to generate it, and then use that in an auto siever to get some ghast tears. I think later on you can create a plant that grows ghast tears on it, so I'll be doing a couple of those just so I can get a decent amount of ghast tears from that, because they can be quite handy. And trying to get them normally, oh my god, did I just do that? Yeah, trying to get them normally is quite a pain in the butt. Right. Now, we've got a decent amount of bags here. We'll go through these. Now, I might just create the conduit binder and everything off camera, because it's probably going to be a lot of farting around, finding ingredients that I haven't used for ages, or I need to go harvest and things, and then getting the soul sand to sieve to get the ghast here so that I can actually start spawning in creepers and things I need. Yeah, that's probably going to be a little bit of a process to do, but yeah, I'm happy to do it because I can get a lot of stuff out of this once I put that down, and it's starting to actually get some decent automation and things going. The mob spawner with the grinder is a lot more consistent than the full damage one. It works with me nearby and things, and yeah, I'm happy that we're getting these things done, and getting close to getting the diesel generator set up and all these plants going, because I know that as soon as I get that going, there's so much stuff I can do with the plants for resources and things. So I'm really happy to do things that way and do everything consistently like that, instead of having to have all these different processes. Like, steel comes from the blast furnace, and the blast furnace requires coke, which comes from the coke oven, which comes from coal, and all that sort of stuff, to be able to just go, oh, we want steel, I've got these steel flowers, so I'll just plant 4 or 5 seeds from there, and then all of a sudden we're just getting massive amounts of steel. I don't know if there is a steel plant, for example, but if there is, that'd be nice, because steel's one of the more pain in the ass things to make at the moment, because I haven't automated those two machines. Well, not really machines, but so oxygen tanks. So this is for going to other planets in Galacticraft. Obviously you need to breathe oxygen. Obviously, other planets don't have oxygen, so you need to fill up a whole bunch of oxygen tanks before you go. So those can be good. Still don't know what the anti-builder and the anti-anti-builder blocks are. Saplings, crap. Quantum entropy accelerator, crap. Before we do these, I'll just drop all this stuff off. So I've already got saplings there, and I think I've got one of those there. I've got those there, and we'll drop the oxygen tanks off there as well. Right. Ooh, the Vecchio helmet. I need the chest plate. If I get the chest plate, that is going to be really, really awesome. Because for that jetpack, if you remember, I have to go through and create all those chest plate levels up to the last one. Well, if I get the Vecchio chest plate, I believe there's only one more level after that to get to the chest plate that I need. So I would be able to get it right now instead of having to go to Erebus and get all these things. So I'm really hoping for that. Fleeting Stone, I have no idea what that is. Oh, it's a companion. Gives high steps. Let's do it. Let's do it, companion. Here it is, Fleeting Wisp. High steps. Oh, damn it. It's this one. You automatically step up stuff instead of having to jump. It's actually, I thought it was going to be jump boost. It's actually something I really don't like. They've implemented this in the later version of Minecraft. You can set a switch that you'll automatically step up one block things. It's really annoying if you're on hills and stuff, just stepping over things. Yeah, probably not too bad here, because these are like 1.2 blocks high fences, so you can't jump over them, and you can't, with the high step, means you can't actually step over them. Otherwise that would be very dangerous. We'll keep him around and we'll see. So he's a companion. Now there is a companion that I want, which is the next spirit, which revives me before dying. So I really want that one, because then it just says that your next spirit has revived you and you don't end up dying. Oh, I got the speed belt. That's awesome. So if we go back to here, no. So many item slots. So I've got the belt of water walking at the moment. I've got the speed belt on. What's that? Oh yeah, that's so much faster. Oh, that's so much better. I wonder how it works with the jetpack. Either way, I like that one. Plastic's always handy, and these fluid guns. So they're for like pumping fluids and stuff. And we've got an epic reward bag. There's one more level above this. I believe you can get legendary reward bags. But yeah, let's see what we get. Alchemical bag. I have no idea what. There's Project E, which is really late game. It's kind of end game stuff. Can I? Okay, maybe it's just a like item storage thing, like a holding bag. Oh, that speed boost is good. Right, so I'll leave it here, and what I'll do is, like I said, do the conduits and set up the spawner, serve a whole bunch of soul sands so that I can create the safari net, so that I can start spawning in slimes and things. What type are you? Heavy water. Oh, interesting. Lubricants. Are you magma? Heat? Yeah, heat. And there's another heavy water. Energized glowstone. Oh yeah, that's nice. Mana infused metal. Already got that. Now you can get essence cows, which give you mob essence, but they look the same as normal cows, so it's hard to find them. Yeah, I'll have to grab those cows and get to slaughtering. Yeah, so I'll just quickly show you this for a second. So it's a bit more obvious with the machines in. So this square can hold 4 machines, and each machine does a 3x3 area. So yeah, I need to run a whole bunch of pipes. Well, see, that's why I don't like high stack, because I just walk straight off the edge. Yeah, so I need to run a whole bunch of pipes around the edges and stuff to bring them power and things. And set up lily pads underneath so that the earth will stay tilled. And obviously things grow quick enough for us. And then, hello, did I see you? Molten zinc. I think I've got a zinc. Yeah, so there's still a lot to the process. It's certainly taking more time than I thought it would. I mean, I built this platform because I thought I was ready to do it all. And I certainly wasn't ready to do it all. I've got all these things like the zombie heads and stuff, which we got the zombie heads now, which is nice. Have I got my things on there? No, I always seem to take my... that's another thing that I keep missing is the safari nets. That's another thing that goes into the storage drawers when you double click. I'm always walking around going, where's my safari nets? I always have to go back and grab some more. But yeah, anyway, I enjoy the processes, you know, even though it's like, okay, I want to do A. I should be able to do A. Oh no, I need to do B first. And actually B requires C through Z to do. And it's 3 days later and you haven't even started A. But I like that. I like the processes. I like planning and setting all these things up and stuff. I mean, my base isn't bad looking. I'm quite happy with it for just doing things on the fly and going, okay, we'll put this here, we'll put that there, and yeah, I need to put a guardrail on this, but I think once we get down here we have all these lily pads and we have the diesel generator, and I think the diesel generator being this low is hopefully going to be far enough away from me that, and insulated enough that that we can't hear it. I've never used the diesel generator, but I believe it's quite loud. I have used some machines that are really loud, and man, they're loud. Some of those mechanism ones in my other world, just crazy amount of noise. Anyway, so I'll leave that here, and hopefully I'll do another nice chunk of progress for next time, and we can start making some lily pads of fertility and getting that done. So once I do get all that stuff done, because I'm basically finished with alpha as much as I can, depending on this tectonic petroleum, I might be able to do that when I get the diesel set up. But otherwise, I'm as far as I want to go in there for now. And that'll get me to like 95-96% done on alpha. So I'm 42% beta, 38% gamma, 31% delta, 0 epsilon, 9% zeta, and 10% theta. And then I've still got a whole heap that are locked. So I've got Eta, Iota, Kappa, Lambda, Mu, and Nu. So the next one I'll go through, I'll try and go through them in order. I mean, obviously they're in a certain order that you go through, and get through all this Botania stuff and magical crops, creating all these things. So if I go here, go recipe, yeah, no, it does require, yeah. Just that chest plate thing threw me, how complicated it is to build that. And specifically because of that jetpack, they've made it like that. So if you want any kind of chest plate, I mean, if I go look at the helmet, oh no, they've done it with all the armor. Oh, man, that makes it crazy hard to get stuff. Anyway, the next project is the beta quest lines, which is Botania and Magical Crops, which with all those harvesters should be really nice to get a whole bunch of those crops going, and we can just get them growing and harvesting things. But a lot of Botania isn't those kind of crops that you can put there. But I'll try and go through that fairly thoroughly on camera so you can see it. I'm actually quite a fan of Botania and what you can do with it, mainly because it doesn't just give you a whole bunch of machines like how Mine Factory Reloaded gives us a grinder and a slaughterhouse and things, where the grinder is just this one block that kills enemies, or the harvester is this one block and it just harvests all your crops and things, and it basically builds itself, whereas Botania tries to give you more building blocks to actually do things and kind of figure things out yourself, and it's not everyone building the exact same setups and things like that. So yeah, I quite like it. Yeah, so it'll be nice to go through that. We do have that platform there with the Botania stuff that I started, where I got the Rod of the Lands, and it's kind of been ignored since then, because we've kind of taken this massive detour doing these harvesters, but we'll be getting back to that very soon, once we've got all this stuff set up. And yeah, getting through the beta quest line and making lots of progress, and should be really fun. So yeah, I'm going to need a lot more space, I think. Botania is probably going to take up more space than that right there. Botania does have a portal, but the portal only kind of looks like a portal and is called a portal, but you don't actually use it to travel anywhere. You throw things through the portal. So it's a portal for items, not a portal for people. So yeah, I still haven't decided whether I put that portal with the other portals or whether I might make its own little platform out here. Because it'll probably keep it next to all the rest of the other Botania stuff, because I will be using it when I'm doing Botania stuff. I won't be using the portal just by itself. So yeah, yeah, I'll leave it here. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much. I mean, I know I did ramble too much. That's kind of my modus operandi, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed the rambling. I'll see you next time.